What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chiefs Chat. Today we're doing the Chiefs versus Chargers game recap. It's a pretty good game. Pretty solid game. Definitely a defensive battle. Considering everything, I mean, this was a really solid defensive battle. I think we all expected the score to be much higher. 27-24 was a little bit low, I feel like, in our eyes. And you know what? I mean, that's not a low score by any means, but I think we've come to expect a lot from these two football teams. So 27-24, it's pretty low. But honestly, Chiefs, man, we found a way to grind out the win, and that's exactly what we want to do every single week, okay? We know that it's not always going to be as easy as it was in week 1 against the Cardinals. Sometimes we're going to be facing these opponents, especially these guys like the Chargers, the Buccaneers here in a couple of weeks. We got the Bills in a few weeks. I mean, we've got a lot of tough opponents, man. But it's about grinding, man. It's just about grinding out these wins, fighting, battling, never giving up. And that's exactly what we did in this game against the Chargers. We're always competitive. We're always competing. We're always in the game. And all it takes is one big play, man. That Jalen Watson 98-yard pick six, that's what sealed the deal, man. That is what did it for the Chiefs. I mean, we got to give him credit for that. What a play, man, jumping right in front of that ball. Another thing I will say is that, man, they were running that no-huddle offense all game, okay? And it finally came back to bite him because that tight end, man, he was done. He was tired. He could not make a play on that ball, man. He was done. But Justin Herbert, man, he decided to trust his tight end who had just, made a big play. That's the reason he was a little gassed, okay? I mean, let's talk about, this tight end who, was just running down the field at full speed. This dude is a large man, okay? He's big. He needs a few seconds to catch his breath. But that offense, man, the way that they were running that offense, you can't catch your breath, okay? It's no tempo. It's get to the line of scrimmage, hike the ball, and let's go. That's not always the best way to play football, okay? These guys need time, especially the big guys who are running down the field. They need time just to relax for a few seconds. I mean, even just a few seconds. That's all they need, okay? And, they did not give him that time. And so that was what made, Jalen Watson, that's what made him, be able to jump in front of that ball and take it back all the way, man. Touchdown. Okay, that was huge. That was the turnaround play, man. That is what gave the Chiefs the football game, okay? It wasn't looking good before that, okay? Chargers had a lead. They were driving, getting ready to score a touchdown. And then, boom, all of a sudden, man, just like that, Chiefs, okay? All Chiefs, okay? That's exactly what we need in those type of games. We've got so many guys on this team that are capable of making big plays, okay? And boom, all it took was one to turn the game around and give the Chiefs a huge win against the Chargers. I mean, that's a big win, okay? We need all the wins we can get right now, okay? Because we have a tough schedule, a really tough schedule. So, grinding out a win against the Chargers, that is perfect. That's exactly what we need. Taking an early lead in the AFC West. And it's looking really good for the Chiefs, okay? It's looking super good right now. The offense, struggled. I will say that. We did struggle. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. We weren't great. Because that defense was just dominant, man. I mean, you guys watched the game. We had to fight for every single yard. I mean, we had to literally just... Mahomes was doing magic, okay? He was pulling things out of his freaking butt. I mean, he was doing some crazy things. We've all seen it before, but this is what makes Mahomes such a great quarterback. You see him do these things that nobody else in the NFL can do. And if he wasn't able to do those things, we would have lost. We would have lost. Point blank, we would have lost. You cannot tell me that the 2 touchdowns that Patrick Mahomes threw could have been done by any other quarterback in the National Football League, okay? This dude's crazy. I mean, come on. He's just, boom. Like, how does he even do that? I mean, he's just flipping the ball wherever the heck he wants to put it. 99% of quarterbacks in the NFL would have been on the ground, before the part where Mahomes actually threw that ball on that I think it was like a really short touchdown. I think it was like a 5-yard touchdown or something like that. But most quarterbacks would have been on the ground. But Mahomes, man, he's an escape artist. He gets out of there, he looks downfield, and he just does some crazy things. Okay, and don't even get me started on that second touchdown. His legs were not on the ground. Okay, this dude was in the middle of the freaking air, and he threw an absolute dime. Okay, I mean, this guy is doing things that nobody in the NFL can do. And that is exactly what we needed him to do to win the game. Point blank, Mahomes wins games. Okay, that is exactly the player we're getting in Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like he didn't make mistakes. Okay, he had a couple of passes that probably should have been intercepted. But man, that's the nature of the sport, man. If you don't bring those passes down, it's an opportunity missed. Okay, Asante Samuel Jr. had, I think, 2 plays where he could have taken it back. A pick 6, honestly. A couple of different plays where that could have been the case. But you know what, man? I think the way Mahomes throws the football it's tough for a defender to even get their hands on the ball. I mean, Mahomes, I feel like he's pretty smart with the way he places the ball. I'm not sure. I'm not going to defend, what he did. Obviously he had a good idea of what he wanted to do with the football in that play. But, the one where he threw it and, didn't seem like it was near any Chiefs players, that could have very easily, we don't really know. That could have very easily just been like, oh, the receiver forgot which route to run, so Mahomes thought he was going to be there. That type of stuff happens all the time in the NFL. So I'm not going to defend Patrick Mahomes in the sense that, yes, he did throw some interceptable passes. But at the end of the day, this Chiefs team, we did what we needed to do to win the game. And it was it was a wide margin there at the end, really. 17-27 for quite a bit of time until, Justin Herbert. Somehow, this dude is got a couple of fractured ribs and he's out here throwing dimes. I gotta give him respect for that. Justin Herbert, tip of the cap. This dude's fantastic. I mean, I couldn't believe that. I was screaming at the TV. I was like, put him on the bench, okay? This game is over. Put him on the bench right now before he gets, even more severely injured. I'm not sure what Brandon Staley was doing. Honestly, I thought it was ridiculous. Okay, you saw the way he was playing. I mean, every time he threw the ball, he would clench his freaking ribs like he was about to die. And then we're still having him throw the football out there. I mean, I get it and all. He's gonna, maybe an injured Justin Herbert is gonna give you a better shot than a healthy Chase Daniels, but still, you are risking the health of your superstar quarterback. I don't think the Chiefs would have done that. I know for a fact the Chiefs wouldn't have done that. Okay, that's not, definitely not with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, especially since we've got $500 million tied up into this guy. We are not going to do that. And I don't think anybody should do that to any of their players. Have them go out there and still continue to throw the ball when this dude's on the sideline throwing practice passes and he's clenching his ribs. He's not ready to play. Okay, I thought he was done. I was like, why is he still on the field? Every time he got hit, he got up and he was like, this hurts, man. I can't do this anymore. But the fact that he was still able to go out there and throw a touchdown, okay? Justin Herbert, this guy's on a different level. And I respect him a lot. I really do respect Justin Herbert a lot, okay? So moving forward, man, this Chargers team, we learned a lot about them. We learned that we are going to have to fight for every single yard. We're going to have to fight. Mahomes is going to have to pull out his magic. He's going to have to do what he does. And that's just going to be, that's going to have to be the case against this Chargers defense, okay? I mean, this defense is quite literally the most stacked defense in the NFL. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, both of those guys are top 5 defensive ends in the NFL, okay? And then you've got Derwin James. I mean, we all saw what he did. This dude literally picked up Travis Kelce and slammed him on the ground. I mean, I've never seen anybody do that to Travis Kelce. I can almost guarantee you that that's never happened to Travis Kelce in his entire life. This dude is 250 pounds, 6'5". How many times do you think that's ever happened to him in his entire career? Probably none. But I mean, that's how good of an athlete that Derwin James is. This dude is insane. This dude's crazy, okay? And then don't even get me started on the rest of these guys. Okay, Asante Samuel Jr., we all saw, had a couple of nice pass breakups, should have had a couple of interceptions. J.C. Jackson, this dude was probably the best player on the Patriots roster last year. He did give up a big touchdown to Jalen Watson, though, so. But, just this defense, okay, it's stacked. They've got so many great players. And it's tough, man. It's really tough against these guys. They've got so many great players on offense and on defense, They're a very, very good team. And I definitely look forward to the next matchup against them. I'm hoping we can go to the film, look at a couple of things that we did wrong and see if we can correct those things. Because I think, honestly, this is a team that we're going to have to get used to, for quite a few years, especially if Justin Herbert's balling out like he was. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs chat. Peace out.